for free. There's no download required.
Hello guys,
It's a pretty good option. I
literally
typically when I need to record something, I'll start there and need something more complicated. But in most cases, that works just fine.
The cat game.
Well, anyway, that's how you can capture your screen using Windows 10 for free, no download, and you can also overlay your voice. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see future content like this, please hit the subscribe button, and that way you'll get notified anytime more content like this comes out. Thanks. Hi everyone, my name is Kevin. Today I want to show you how you can record your computer screen using an app that many people have, Microsoft PowerPoint. Yes, believe it or not, you can record your computer screen using PowerPoint. I really found it hard to believe. I just recently found out about this, and it's actually a pretty decent screen recorder. Now, as full disclosure, before we jump into this, I work at Microsoft as a full-time employee. My HR department requires me to say that. Alright, well, why don't we jump on the PC and I'll show you how you can do this. So here I am on my desktop, and I have Microsoft PowerPoint installed that comes with Microsoft 365. This is the latest and greatest version of PowerPoint. Even if you're using an older version of PowerPoint, the ability to screen record has been around for a little while, so you should be able to follow along even if you're using an older version. So to screen record in PowerPoint, what I've done is I've simply opened PowerPoint, and I'm going to jump into a blank presentation. So nothing fancy, no special themes. We're just going to jump into a blank presentation here.
It's actually not a dragon.
Here I am in PowerPoint. How do I screen record? Well, to screen record, what we want to do is we want to insert a screen recording. And what we're going to do then is across the top here, you have all these pivots. We're going to click on the pivot that says insert. So I'll go ahead and click on that. You have all these options within insert. And what we want to do is we're interested in screen recording. And so over here on the far right-hand side, there's an option called screen recording. Believe it or not, you can screen record in PowerPoint. Now with the screen recording, it'll capture anything on your screen, whether you want to show an application, whether you want to show a web browser, even if you want to record a game, it'll capture all of that. Now the one note is if you are, say, recording a game, this probably isn't the best screen recorder for that. In the description I have a link to OBS, and that's another more powerful screen recorder. However, the screen recorder that comes in PowerPoint can get this done. So let's go ahead, I'm going to click on screen recording. And what this does now is it brings up this dialog here where you have a few different options. You can click on record. You can also stop recording. Over here, you can select the area that you want to record. So here I can select the area of my screen that I'm going to record. Alternatively, if I want to record my entire screen, I can simply select and that'll let me just record everything so I don't have to record a specific area. I could also toggle the audio on and off as I do a recording, and then I could also capture the pointer, or I don't need to capture the pointer, so either way. So what I'm going to do is let me actually just select an area of my screen here that I want to record. So I'm going to select this area over here. And now I'm going to go ahead and hit the record button. And so now what it's going to do is I get this nice little countdown. It's going to tell me to press the Windows key, the Shift key, and the Q key at the same time. So Windows, Shift, Q to stop the recording. Alternatively, I could also hover over the top middle area, and that'll bring up the controls where I could hit stop. However, if you're doing a recording, you probably don't want this little control to appear. You want a nice clean recording, so the shortcut key helps you there. One thing you could also do is if you prefer to keep this up here, I could click on this pin button, and the little controls up here will stay up throughout the recording. So I'm going to go ahead, let me unpin that, I'm going to hide it, and so here I am on my desktop. Now, what do I want to record? Well, what I want to do is I'm going to launch an app called the Office app. Now, I mentioned earlier that I work at Microsoft, and so since I'm doing a screen recording here, I want to plug the app that I work on. And so with Windows 10, if you're running Windows 10, there's an app that comes with Windows 10 called the Office app. You can search for Office, or you can go to the Start menu and launch it. But once you launch the Office app, what that will do is that'll launch an app that looks like this. And with the Office app, what you could do is you could use Word, Excel, PowerPoint entirely for free using this app. So here I am, I'll click on Word, here I get to Word. If I click on Excel, I could use Excel. Here I could create a blank presentation, I could jump into a theme or template. Now this is leveraging web PowerPoint. when you use this app. So just a nice little app that you have, and I'm going to go ahead and close it now. I just want to do a quick plug for that. Now I'm going to close it, and I'm going to press Windows Shift Q to stop my recording. Okay, so that has stopped my recording, and it brings me back into PowerPoint. I'm going to go ahead and just expand the window so you get the full view here. Now within PowerPoint, you'll see now on my slide, it's inserted the screen recording. So here I have my screen recording. I could even expand it if I wanted to take up the full slide. And here I could kind of center it on the slide. And so I'm going to go ahead and click the play button. Press the Windows key, the Shift key, and the Q key at the same time. Here I could skip forward. So here I am. I'll click on Word. Here I get to Word. If I click on, okay, so it gets the job done. It's your good basic screen recorder. It captured everything I'm doing. It captures my cursor as I'm kind of going throughout the experience. So this is my screen capture right now, and one of the neat things that you could do is within PowerPoint, here I'm on the video format pivot, so it just defaults to that when I insert it. Now what I could do is I could apply different darker. I could also adjust the color. I could also do color variations. They have something called the poster frame, and what the poster frame is I'll click on that. So what I could do is I could associate a photo with this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and choose a stock image for this video. And let's just go with horses riding on a beach, because there's nothing better that represents my recording than horses on a beach. But so what that'll do is until you click the play button, it'll show this poster image. So once I click play, that poster image will disappear. So the poster image is supposed to represent what the video is about. Now what I could also do is I could reset the design if I don't like some of the changes that I made. Here I could apply different styles. So here, I could add borders. I could adjust the video file kind of how I see fit. And that'll actually hold throughout the screen, throughout the playback of the video. So here I play back, you notice those effects hold. So I'm going to go ahead and undo that. One of the things too that you'll notice that I could do here, if I click on the video, you could apply different shapes. So let's say I want to play back my video as a triangle. I have the option to do that. I could apply borders. I could also apply shadows, reflections. All of these different effects also apply to video files. One thing that's really neat that you can also do, let's say that I included a section of my screen. So here I have this little app kind of sticking out in the corner. What I could do is I'll click on crop. And what I could do is I could crop the video. So here I'm going to go over and say, hey, actually, I just want to include that section of the video. And so there, just like that, I could easily crop the video. What I want to do now is I'm going to go up to the ribbon and I'm going to click on playback. Now I have a whole bunch of different controls where I could change the playback of the video. So here I could simply play the video. You can also add a bookmark to your video. So here if I jump here, maybe at, when I start showing the Office app here around, let's say, around 55 seconds or so is right before I launch it, I can add a bookmark, and so it adds this mark in the playback. So let's say I want to jump to a specific section of my video quickly, I can go ahead and do that. I could also trim the video. So here, let's say, I kind of go on a little bit too long at the beginning. I could trim that, and maybe at the end I go on a little too long.
I'm actually
and so I can trim that as well. So I could set the start and end time, and then click on OK, and that's now trimmed my video. I could also have it fade in, fade out. I could adjust the volume level. I think the volume is probably fine. I have it set to high. And then you have some other options where, if you click play the video, it'll go full screen. I could hide while not playing. I could loop until stopped. Let's say you want to have a screen in, say, an office, and you just want the video to play again and again. You have the option of doing that. And then you could also rewind to the beginning after playing. And lastly, you also have the ability to insert captions. So those are some of the controls you have over the playback of the video. Now what you could do is when you save the video, what I can do is I'll go to File. Now I could just save this as a PowerPoint presentation, and I have the screen recording within the PowerPoint presentation. That's one thing I could do. But what I can also do is I could also export this as an MP4 video. So here I'm going to go to Export. So let's say, for example, you want to upload this to YouTube. What you could do is I'll create a video. So I'm going to go ahead, click on create a video here. Just in case you're curious, you could also do things like create an animated GIF. So some kind of neat functionality that you have here under the export option. I'm going to go ahead and then click on create a video. And for now, I'm just going to do 1080p, but you can even do Ultra 4K, so that's the best quality. I typically recommend that if, say, you're going to upload a screen recording to YouTube. Just go in the best possible quality. And what I could do now, I'm going to leave the other settings as they are, and I'm going to go ahead and create the video. I'm going to have to choose a location where I want to save it. I'm just going to put it on my desktop. You could either save as an MP4 or a Windows Media Video. MP4 is probably going to give you the most ability to save it at different places. Say if you want to put it on YouTube, so I'd recommend going with that. And here we could just call it sample recording.